Oh hey there, welcome back to the Quick Speed Shop. Man, it's super humid out. It's like 80 degrees and like 100% humidity, but we're going to have some old car fun today. I got the 37 Ford fired up in the last video with the radiator and all that, and the full dual exhaust. If you saw that, haven't seen it, you want to go back and do it, go check it out on the channel. But what I've done now is I've got it down off the jack stands. I still got my jerry can hooked up to the fender well, but I want to take it and back it outside of the garage. Now it's sitting on the ground with the lowered rear end and all that stuff, and take a look at it outside. And maybe we'll drive around the yard or up and down the road with it if it seems like it's going to cooperate without losing the gas can over there on the running board. But yeah, let's climb in the car, we'll fire it up. Alright, it should run. I've hooked up the gas pedal temporarily. Let's give her a go here. Where's neutral? There we go. There we go. Oh, she's in reverse. Here we go. Working. Look at that. I would try and take it for a spin down the road real fast. Let's try it. The car is registered and inspected, registered and insured, I should say. But the brake light's not hooked up. Don't worry about that. Here we go, first drive. Louder than I thought it was going to be. gas can's still on there. Well, that worked pretty good. I think we're running out of gas here. I think we were running out of gas in their little nursing tank. Well, that was pretty good. I think the random missing it had, I think it was sucking, running out of gas here. I hardly got any in the can, and the pickup might have been down out of it. Let's see if it'll start back up. I moved the thing around a little bit. Going on. I don't know what just happened out there. It won't start now. And I got to pull the air cleaner off, see if I got gas. I thought it was run out of gas in the little nurse tank there, but I got the hose and the gas there and it pumped up. So now it's cranking slow. I don't know if it lost spark all of a sudden. I don't think so. I thought, getting labored or running out, misfiring was run out of gas. But hopefully there's not an ignition problem now. I got all new stuff in there. So I'm going to have to monkey around with it and see what's up. As you can see here, I've got the battery out of the car. This is the battery I bought in February. Well, a car hasn't driven. 6-volt battery. And my friend was over here and I was trying to show him the car off, and I had charged the battery for a few hours at night. And now I hit it and went in and spun over really fast and worked really good. It fired immediately, but I didn't have the choke open and it quit. And I went to hit it again. Then it was like brrrr, like it's been doing. So we put the voltmeter on it. The battery's got 6 volts in it when it's sitting there, but when you put the load on it to crank it, it goes down to like 3 volts, which isn't enough. That's why it's been laboring so much to try to turn the starter over, and the ignition's cut out because it's not enough voltage to fire it. So this is a brand new battery, and I don't know if it's got a shorted cell or what the deal is. Right, I bought it brand new at the store, so it's got a 12-month replacement warranty with it. I'm going to take it back and get another one. This says ship date February 22 on here, but I saw melded in the lid on the back side it's made in October 21. So that's like 6 months of it sitting around before they even shipped it. And I don't know if it got a shorted cell or is made wrong to begin with, but that's probably the problem. This battery's no good, and it showed 6 volts, but there's no cranking ability to it because it draws it down to like half voltage when you hit the starter. So I'm going to swap that out at the store, and then we'll stick it in and see if the car works any better. Okay, it's a little while later. I went back to the store. I got the battery, and the kids behind the counter, of course, they're all like super young, and none of them knew what I was talking about. I'm like, I think it's got a shorted cell, and they didn't even want to exchange it, even though it says clearly 12 months free replacement warranty on it. Anyways, they got them to test it. Their tester told them it was bad, like I suspected, so they gave me another one finally. So let's slap the new battery in here and see if it makes a difference. I got another battery, and I also bought a battery tester so I can test batteries on my own here. Some other miscellaneous parts, pieces, but we'll pop out the same battery I had before. Hopefully this one's good. It's a couple months newer. Hopefully it doesn't have a shorted cell. So I'll slam it in the car and we'll try and start and see how it goes. Alright, got the new battery installed here temporarily with a piece of wire to hold it around. And everything's hooked back up. So let's crank this up. I did charge it up just a little bit because it was on the shelf at the store for like 3 months. So I charged it. It took way less charge than the other battery that I think had a short in it did. So hopefully it'll be all right. This thing, if this thing cranks over like 100 miles an hour, we're going to know that that battery was the culprit, and hopefully it's going to run fantastic. So I'll turn the battery on. We'll try it. Oh. The fuel pump sounds a little bit stronger, maybe. Let's try her. Dang it. Nuts. Son of a gun. And I think maybe that coil has gone bad too. Yeah, we got 6 volts in here. See if we can stick these leads in here so I can see what it's doing when I crank it. Here, watch the numbers there. Tell me what it does when it cranks. This is Balderdash. Alright, what did it do? I can't see, so now I gotta watch. Alright, let's go and watch. Alright, it goes down to 5 amps, which I would expect. The other battery went down to like 3. But I think I've got a an ignition issue with this 6-volt coil. I don't think it's firing. And how we're going to test that is we're going to put the spark flashing machine on here. I'm going to crank it and see if it sparks. This is a bummer and a half right here. Whoa! Hold on a minute. That fired. I'm going to put my used coil in. That coil might have gone bad, I guess. I don't know, because it's firing it all. Let me put my used coil back in, and we'll try it again with this good battery. If it like fires immediately, I know that that coil is bad. This is getting ridiculous. Okay, I went and I found a battery terminal, and I mounted the lead without the braided cable right to the battery. Make sure we got a perfect ground. I went and I found a brand new starter solenoid I had, just in case I'm not getting full pulling of the magnetic conductors of the starter. It's cranking over slow. I swapped on a 1.5 ohm flamethrower Pertronics coil, which should be okay for 6 volts. Hooked that up. And I also pulled all the plugs out, and the thing was flooded a lot. So now we're going to try it and see if anything happens at all. We'll see. I'm getting a little discouraged here with my 6-volt application. But maybe we had a bunch of issues that were compounding. I don't know. We're gonna find out right now. Turn on the fuel pump again. I'm not gonna pump it and flood it. Ignition's on. I'm gonna man the throttle. Here we go. Nope, we're not going to go because the 12-volt coil doesn't want to fire. Hold on a minute. So that was a mistake. Mistake number one, the 12-volt coil won't fire at 6 volts, but I got a solution for that. Hold on a second. Since we got the wrong starter solenoid, I got my starter button hooked up here now. Hold on a minute. Ah, too many cables. This is like a science experiment. Ow. Alright, here we go. I can start it this way. No, wait a minute. How come I could start it like that a second ago and now I can't? This is very odd. Come on now. With the flip. Here we go. What in the world? Alright, so the battery's really worn down because I've cranked out in a bunch. I got to take this 12-volt starter solenoid off. I thought it would work, but obviously it doesn't. I'm going to put that back, put the 6-volt one back on. It doesn't crank any different, so that wasn't an issue. I'm going to have to charge this battery up for a while because I've really drawn it down here now. I think maybe the engine is just really flooded, like you hear it firing sometimes, and it's got plenty of fuel in it. When I hit the accelerator pump, it shoots gas in it, so I don't think it's a problem with fuel. It's got too much fuel and the plugs are all wet, so it was flooded. It's probably still probably a lot of gas in the intake. It probably flooded it again. So I'm gonna let this charge up and like air out for a while, and once we get it spinning faster, it sounds like it'll catch and fire, and you know, it's flooded and it needs to clear itself out. So that's the problem with 6 volts. They're easy to flood because they crank so freaking slow, and you get too much gas in them, then the plugs can't fire enough energy to fire off all the excess gas. So I'm gonna guess that's what's wrong. It's super flooded, and the old battery was too slow to fire ignition, so it, I don't know. It was a condenser, the new cheap junk condenser. condenser, the cheap freaking junk condenser I bought from whoever. Bob Draker, one of the hot rod places, had failed. Did all that monkeying around. I went and got an old rusty junk condenser off another flathead that God knows how old it is. Put it on there, bam, fired right up. Holy moly. Been monkeying around with this thing all day. The 5 minutes of video you've seen, this last part of it, it's been 7 hours of monkeying around with this thing. But man, she sure works now. And it sounds even better than it did the first time I started it in the last video. It pulls super strong now. The condenser is probably weak. I still got it on my jerry can on the ground. I'm going to hook up the fuel tank, and then I'm going to go out and start monkeying around with this thing, start driving around a little bit with the actual fuel tank and breaking this thing in. But she runs good. You rev it up, it goes up to like 30 pounds of oil pressure. The temperature's probably going to come up now. That's still barely coming up, but I ran it for a few minutes here. I got to go to cruise night. I'm late by like an hour. But I'm happy now. They finally got this thing going. I think the generator's charging. They had like 6.16 volts coming out of the wire on the front of the generator, so I think that's charging. So that's good. Man, this was a long one, but we got her diagnosed and figured out. I was all down on this thing. Up and down, it's like a roller coaster. I'm like, ah, with my hands on a roller coaster. I'm back into phase because I'm happy with this thing again. So, that's it. I'm going to keep monkeying around. We'll see you next time. Bam! Flathead action at the Quick Speed Shop. I'm a professional. Don't try this at home.